podcast is powered by Hype Girl. Hype Girl was born out of our passion and love for inspiring amazing women just like you. There is no superpower quite like being a woman, so we have made it our mission to create spaces, events, and tables where there is always room for one more, and all are always welcome. Come find out more about it at hypegirl.us.
Hey besties, it's almost time for the 6th annual Hype Girl International Women's Day celebration on Friday, March 6, 2026. So go online to iwd2026.eventbrite.com or onto our website at hypegirl.us for all of the details. And now, enjoy the show.
Welcome to the Do It Ugly podcast. Here are your hosts, Stacey Lyon and Jenny King.
Okay, welcome, ladies. We are back. We've been gone for a couple weeks with illness and a couple of other things, so we're behind an episode, but we're excited to be back in the studio, and we have some really fun topics for you today. Stacey, you want to tell the kids what you're most excited about?
T Swifty, always a life of a showgirl. Yes, yes, yes. Please, can we talk all the things T Swifty? Yes.
Okay. Yes. So that's on the agenda for today. We're also talking about the rapture that was supposed to happen a couple weeks ago. If you don't know what that is, kids, don't worry, I'll explain it. And then the incoming aliens.
Oh, the alien abduction that was supposed to happen.
So many things.
I didn't get probed.
So
How about you?
Happening. I mean, I don't think so. I don't recall. Okay. So back to the T Swifty. Start there. Start there.
So obsessed with Life of a Showgirl. I know that may be a controversial opinion because of the interwebs and the tickety talkies. Not everyone's a huge fan, but I am. This album reminded me of 1989.
Okay.
The upbeat, the pop, like I think she was in a good mental place when she wrote this, maybe in between heartbreaks, just like when she wrote 1989. Yeah, I just love it. Mel and I have had it on repeat. We've been jamming in the car, in the house, all over the place, and I'm obsessed.
I know you are. And I want to be obsessed. I mean, I am a huge fan of Taylor Swift. I'm really just in awe of her lyricism and just her writing capabilities and all of that. But I have not fallen in love with this one the way that you have.
I'm falling more in love with it the more I listen to it. So like first run through, I was like, oh, not what I was expecting, but not bad.
Yeah.
And then the more and more I listen to it, the more I'm just into it. And like her hooks and her just everything about it has got me now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple songs that I really like, but I think you're right. I think Taylor Swift has that ability because I was once not a Taylor Swift fan at all.
Those were dark times.
Those were dark times because I just didn't want to let myself enjoy the light, I think. I don't know. No, I just really wasn't in that season of my life and I didn't like it. But as I have listened to some of the things, I've become a real fan because she's just a talent. Like she's unbelievably talented.
She is.
It's kind of insane to watch her work. But you know what's really cool is I need to know in between the Eras tour, getting engaged, doing all the normal family things that I know she does. When did she have time to write an album?
Right? When
like
did she have time to travel to Sweden?
Were we like performing all day and then writing at night? Is that what happened?
That's what was happening. And I don't know how because her tour schedule, she didn't have that many days off. So I don't know how she had time to travel from wherever she was in Europe back to Sweden, write, record, and then get back on the plane and go wherever she was heading next to go on the Eras tour. It's amazing that she was able to do that. No wonder she's exhausted and wants a break.
Yeah, it's wild to me because I think about the times when I'm creative. I'm not as creative now as I used to be when I was young, but you know, when you are creative, it takes so much out of you, like so much, not just mentally, but physically. So she's on a different level.
But it does also energize me. Like when I am super excited about a project, I can't sleep because I'm excited. And when I do sleep, I dream about it. And I just want to work late, work on the weekends. And I'm just like, yes, like, let's go. And I wonder if that's what she was feeling.
I get it, but not if you're like on a tour for however many months she was on physically performing. I don't know.
Wasn't it like 2 years or something?
I don't know. It was long.
It was long.
But I didn't get to go, unfortunately. But yeah.
She didn't invite me this time. I'm sad.
But what's really interesting is on TikTok, there's like a whole dichotomy of people, or trichotomy, really. There's the super fans who are obsessed.
Check.
Like there's not a complaint to be found.
I'm your number one fan.
Then there's people like me who are middle of the road. We're fans. We're true fans. But not every song. We're just not in love with the whole thing. Maybe yet. And then there's people who just hate it. Hate her. Like just the whole thing. And that's so wild to me because they spend a lot of time talking shit. And I'm like, if you guys invested in hobbies or I don't know, income producing activities as much as you invest in shit talking on the internet, you might not have to complain so much.
Right? Like find something better to do with your life than being so negative all the time.
It's bizarre. Like I don't understand. It's super wild. But yes, and TikTok did a lot of really cool I say TikTok did. She and her crazy amazing marketing team did. And I don't know how they get TikTok to do all these things. But like you would search her name or the album or whatever and it would pop up different colors all the time.
That's cool.
Like glittery, sparkly things.
Yes. No glitter. It's the herpes of craft supplies.
Yeah. I'm like, how do you do that? I can't figure out how to go live.
That's amazing. So of the songs you did like on the album, what is your favorite?
So right now there's really two that I like. One is called Actually Romantic, I think is the name. It's some kind of diss track or like a clap back to somebody.
Such a poetic FU.
But it's actually sweet. All the time you've spent on me, it's honestly wild. All the effort you've put in, it's actually romantic. I really gotta hand it to you. Ooh, no man has ever loved me like you do.
I love it.
I do
it
too,
reminds me a little of like Avril Lavigne kind of.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I like it.
I like it too. And per the rumors, it's supposed to be a clapback or a diss track for Charlie XCX.
Yeah.
Which I don't really know much about her. What did she have? Like 2 songs or something?
I don't know much about her. I do know when we saw the Reputation tour, she opened for Taylor, and she did a good job, but I haven't really followed her or her career, so I'm not sure what she's got going on.
That would be the worst. Can you imagine being an artist who wanted to be successful, and even if you were marginally successful, but then you get a diss track from the essential queen of pop in today's world historically? I'm like, that would be a bummer.
She's going to be bagging groceries in the next year.
Just to know that music is your life's work and you literally got dissed by like the top person.
She must have done something really
kind of a bummer.
Really big.
Well, I mean, yeah. So there's that song. And then there's another one. It's called Ruin the Friendship, I think is what you said it's called. I don't even really know the name, but I like it. And I thought, because everybody was surmising that it was about Blake Lively and their friendship falling apart, only to discover that it was about one of her friends in high school who was a boy. And it made me cry. Like, it was really sad. The lyrics are sad. He passed away. Yeah.
It was not convenient, no, but your girlfriend was away. Should've kissed you anyway.
Well, it's also just about like missed opportunities, right? Where she's talking about should have kissed him while she had the chance, basically saying take advantage of opportunities before it's too late.
No, I agree. But I like it. How about you? What are your favorites?
So love Actually Romantic. Loving Opalite so much. It's just, to me, such an upbeat, catchy tune. Like that's the one that's earworming me. If you don't know what an earworm is, go back and listen 2 episodes ago. But that one is sticking in my head. Fate of Ophelia is the other one. And I think it's because the video for that is so gorgeous and well produced. Just obsessed. Now, we went and saw the movie on Saturday, and she broke down each of the songs and kind of told us the inspiration for each one, what they meant, and how she thought of them and wrote them, put them together.
Yeah.
And so that gave us a lot of insight into each of the songs before they played, and then they were up on the screen with all the words. And it was a fun little dance party in the movie theater.
Yeah. Oh,
and,
cool.
Yeah, it was really fun to do. So I'm glad that Mel and I got to go and do that together. And then, of course, we had to listen to the album on repeat before and after just to make sure we had all the words down. But yeah, full on obsessed. Love, we talked about before, she's in her sour bread dough era. And one of her sourdoughs was so funny. It was like front and center in the video for Fate of Ophelia.
Nice.
So that cracked me up a little bit.
But yay, T Swiftie and her album release. It's very exciting for her. This girl's having like the biggest year of her life, which is so cool to see.
I'm so obsessed and excited. I haven't been this excited about one of her albums for a long time because I was not a huge fan of like the Folklore era and the Evermore. Like, just they were very, I think, slow and sad for me, and I just could not get into the darkness. But I'm loving how light and full of energy, and just, I love a great bop. I still love pop music. Like, bring me back to 1980s with Casey Kasem breaking it down Saturday mornings on the top 40. Like, yes, I'm there for all of it.
So I just want to tell you, because, I'm always trying to keep you cool and in the know of what the kids are saying.
I need all the help I can get.
Because clearly I'm so cool. Be careful how you use the word bop now, because it does not mean hit or music.
Oh, crap.
Bop is now the word for mattress actress.
What?
Uh-huh.
Can I say banger? Because I feel like that would be the one.
I don't know if I'd be... Honestly, I don't know what's safe anymore, but I'm just saying, so be careful. If
Y'all
you're out
know
here,
what I meant, right?
If you're out here being like, I love the bops, and you're among like the young ones, they might be like, oh, Stacey, I didn't know that about you. So
I can't keep up with that.
I'm telling you. I'm just saying. I just wanted you to know.
All right, since we've segued
I'm on the TikTok
into the
enough to
crazy
know.
things,
Yes.
What is the whole 6'7", 6'7"? Do you know what that is? What does it mean? Why are they doing it?
So 6'7" is something that I hear all the time in my house. All the time. And God forbid the two numbers show up together anywhere that's within visible reading reach, because it's happening. So it was something that was about a basketball player, and then there was a song, and it doesn't really mean anything. It's just something that they all say. So like, if something's good, if it's interesting, if it's tolerable, they're like, oh, it's 6'7". How tall is she? 6'7".
Okay.
How much is it going to cost? 6'7". How long is it going to be? About 6-7 minutes. I don't know. It doesn't mean anything, because you can use it in a million different ways. But all I know is I can't wait for it to phase out of my house.
I was just going to say, oh my Lord, Sophie, you need to move on to 8-9 or something else.
It drives me insane because, when Sophie was a baby, even in my tummy, I've always been a wordsmith. Like, that's just always been one of my giftedness.
Yes.
Writing, speaking, talking, right? Just all the things. And so I used to read to her fairly elevated books, hoping that her vernacular would be decently large. No, that's tough, bruh. 6'7". This cap. I'm like, why? Why? I mean, can you imagine these kids in interviews?
It's because she's in middle school. Like, when she's in high school, it's all going to come together, and you're going to be vindicated.
I'm kind of worried, seriously, because I remember us having slang when we were young.
Yeah,
but it wasn't every other word.
True.
Like, we had an actual vocabulary in the middle of the slang, or the slang was in the middle of the vocabulary. That's not the case with these kids. I don't know.
Were you around for the whole Valley Girl era? Like, that was pretty intense and used almost in every sentence.
Man, he's just like tripendicular, you know?
I mean, I wasn't a teenager in the Valley Girl era because I was 80s. I was little in the 80s, but
yeah, for me, that was like high school, and that was pretty gag me with a spoon. Like, oh my God.
I don't know.
Yeah, that was like very.
But maybe that's what happens. Maybe the Valley generation produced my generation who actually were like, oh shit, let's use real words. And then we produced this next generation who won't speak for anything. And then they'll produce another generation that's a wordsmith. But it drives me insane because I'm trying to imagine them in interviews. So tell me, why would you like this job?
Like, oh my God, bruh.
Yeah, bruh. Because it's like so tough to have money, bruh. How much would you like to make? I don't know, $6-7. I don't know. Like, I'm mortified to think about her being in her first job interview. And no matter how much I've tried to teach her to speak eloquently, it's going to sound like she's a frat boy, like a frat bro.
You know what? We're just going to blame that on her daddy.
All right. You're under the bus, Mr. King. You're under the bus. Okay. So do we have any more celebrating to do? Because I have a topic I'm so excited to talk about today.
I mean, I would love to celebrate for the entire episode, but I suppose it's okay to move on now. Because
can we move on now?
I mean, I feel like you're not supporting me in my exuberance. So yeah, let's. Well,
it's not that I don't want to support you. I just don't have the same level of fandom yet.
I mean, I feel like you could fake it a little bit better.
Yeah, well, I faked mine too.
No, she's not a girl who fakes it. We're well past that period in our life, ma'am. Thank you so much. We're well past that.
Oh my Lord. All right. So we're going to go from the mountain high of T Swifty to, oh my God, someone has body snatched me. And it could be aliens or it could be the rapture. We're not sure which.
Okay. So, so what I want to hear from you before we dive into it is, what do you know about the rapture? Let's start there. What do you know about what the rapture is or what it's supposed to be?
I don't really know anything about it, except for what you have shared with me
okay.
about it. I was not taught about it or raised up on it in church. We did not discuss that. Like, it wasn't an option.
So here's the interesting thing about the rapture. So I grew up in the church. I grew up in a Southern Baptist church, and I also grew up in a Pentecostal holiness church.
Okay.
Both of those denominations of the Christian faith teach some pretty hardcore stuff about rapture. There are some people in the Christian faith who don't believe it's a thing, that it's going to happen. And honestly, I'm more biblically illiterate on this topic than I should be. So I don't have like a super scriptural basis to say, here's what it's supposed to be, here's how it's really going down. All I know is some of the things that I've experienced and been taught over time, which is essentially that at some point as a Christian, we're to understand that Jesus is going to come back. And at that time, or before that happens, there will be a period where those who are in the body of Christ are taken to be with him. And I know that sounds insane, like you're going to be beamed up. I don't know that it's actually supposed to be a beaming up. I don't really thoroughly know. I need to have a discussion with a pastor about this.
I'm just being facetious when I say that.
But I mean, that's the general thought. I mean, there are thoughts that people think they're just going to be gone, right? And that everybody else is going to be left behind to endure something called the tribulation. And then Jesus is going to come back and everybody will then be together in heaven. All I know is I love Jesus and I love God. I don't really know all the particulars. But here's what I do know about the rapture is that because I grew up in denominations that were kind of insane about it, like they taught it to you in fear.
Okay.
And so basically what they would teach you is that either you're a Christian or you get left behind. And when I say it out loud, it sounds insane. I know it sounds like culty, insane stuff. But when I was a kid, I went to a private Christian school. And one of the things that they showed us about the rapture was there was this video that you watched. And in the end, if you didn't take what they call the mark of the beast, which is talked about in scripture, it says you can't buy food, you can't exist, you can't pay bills. Like you basically are going to be outside of the world if you don't take the mark of the beast. That's a whole separate piece. But in this video, they talk about if you don't take it, that you don't get raptured. But there's a family in this video who's like the center. And there's a mom and a dad, and then there's a little kid, and the little kid's like walking through town with a red balloon. And at the end of the movie, all you see, because this family didn't take the mark of the beast, all you see is the balloon floats away. And so you're left to interpret that this family's been killed because they didn't do what they were supposed to do.
They showed this to children
at
school.
Oh, yeah. When I told my parents after I saw this thing, I was like, they were horrified. They had no idea that that's what it was going to, like, you had to sign a waiver for this movie. But anyway, so I digress. So
Jenny, like, that's not,
oh no,
that's not okay.
No, it's not okay. It's not okay at all. And it has caused a lot of religious trauma. Like there's a lot of weird whack stuff that has come out of it.
We were taught in a loving and forgiving God. That was what we were brought up on in the North. And I went to Catholic school and Methodist church. And yeah, we talked about,
Well, no, you were. So as a kid, we were taught that
grace
God is love. Well, we were taught
love.
all of that too, right? That there's grace, that God is a loving God who wants for his children to be abundant and all these things. But then there was also another side. But obviously the harsh, scary, that's human interpretation and how they chose to display it to keep people under control. That's a whole different podcast, different topic.
We were taught that, that was kind of like the old God, if you will, the vengeful part, with the flood and everything. And then he promised never to do it again.
Yeah.
And then
Noah, it's the Lord. Noah, I want you to build an ark.
So that's no longer an option. So it's just,
In some respects,
sunshine and rainbows.
In some respects, that's kind of true. But no,
Yeah.
it's not definitely all sunshine and rainbows. But what's crazy about that is because we grew up, and there's millions of people like me who grew up in this like trauma of rapture trauma. So like I can remember being a kid, and like there would be times we lived in a house. My dad had like 2 acres of land, which isn't a ton, but it's enough.
Enough.
And so there would be times when he would go and he would do yard work, and he wouldn't like come in forever. And I would just walk around the house yelling like for somebody, and nobody would answer. And I would be sure that they got raptured and I got left behind.
I couldn't believe it when you told me that.
It's devastating. Yeah.
To live in fear every day that if you're alone, like your family
just gone.
Is gone and left
Just
you behind.
Gone. Oh yeah. I mean, I told you there were times when we would be shopping, and my mom is a chronic like shopper, and she gets locked in. She would go walking around and I wouldn't be able to find her in a store. And I would think it was happening again. So yeah, so that kind of trauma shit is for real. So when people start kind of creating these random stories about rapture, and so what happened is on TikTok, people started saying, some guy said the rapture was going to happen and gave an exact date.
Yeah.
So people started following this, and they were really convinced that this was going to happen.
Yeah, they like sold their houses
Oh my
and their
God.
cars and like
It's insane.
got rid of all their possessions. Like they were ready to go.
It's insane. There's a creator that I follow online. He's wonderful. He's a lovely humanitarian. His name's Misha.
Okay.
But so he had someone on TikTok send him a message and say, hey, since you're not going to be a part of the rapture, do you mind looking after my dogs? And he sent this woman a message, was like, wait a minute. Are you saying I'm not good enough to be like, people were insane. Like they were literally losing their minds. Yes. Selling their homes, getting rid of their cars, making arrangements. I'm like, what did you morons do on Monday after it didn't happen? But you know what? This is not the first time. This has happened like a ton since we were young. People saying it was going to be on this date, and people keep falling for this.
I don't understand why.
I don't get it either. But anyway, so that was really exciting a couple weeks
Calendar
ago.
mishap.
Well, that's what somebody said online the other day. They were like, Jesus got the calendar wrong.
Can you imagine? Jenny, I feel like you took me from the highest high to the lowest low now. And
Well, look, before we started talking through it and we had to relive my trauma for a minute, it really felt like it was going to be funny. Maybe it didn't come off that funny, but
I feel bad for you that you lived this and then had to relive your trauma and that you really believe this. I mean, as a child, you're so impressionable. I can't believe that they taught you this.
Yeah.
That's worse than like when they would teach you like, oh, if you did such and such, you're going to hell.
Oh, yeah. No, this was far worse because hell could never be as scary as thinking you were like your whole family was just going to disappear on you and you weren't good enough to go with. Oh, yeah. That's a whole different level of trauma. But
Is it like purgatory? Because we were also taught like that's worse than hell because you're just in the middle waiting.
Oh, we never learned about purgatory.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I heard
a
that.
Catholic thing.
I heard that
don't
term
know.
in like movies, but that wasn't a part of like regular Christian teaching. But what I'm learning now as a part of the Christian faith is there's so many books of the Bible that are not included in our current Bible. And there are so many different pieces of the puzzle that are missing. There's lots of the story that's missing. So that's been a really interesting discovery. I'm going down that rabbit hole right now.
I think it's interesting because the Bibles that we have access to nowadays and the stories have been interpreted by man and,
In terms of like
printed
the later
and reprinted
translations?
and
Yeah.
translated. And yeah, I think they're always skewed through the lens of whoever was
Oh, who knows how many
writing.
different ways it's been manipulated.
correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's
And
why I
so
just tell
have
people
a-
go
yeah.
ahead.
I say that's why sometimes I have a problem with people who try to stand on scripture without using common sense or their own thought.
Yeah.
And they don't accept the even option that, hey, maybe the dude that wrote this interpreted it wrong.
Well, I don't think that's what I think the people who wrote it, there's a lot of theological, not to get too deep today, but there's a lot of theological evidence for the fact that it is spiritually and divinely written. It's not the authors that are the issue. It's the later translations through man and human capital after the fact, not who wrote it. Because what was written were the actual accounts based on their own encounters. So they weren't the issue. It's the people who have translated it since.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Oh, I thought you meant the original authors. Yeah, because that.
No, I'm saying the people that translated it, like the King James Bible, like, and a lot of it was
And King
interpreted.
James was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Right. It was interpreted also through the political lens and
Right.
how they wanted to control people and their
Correct.
kingdom.
Yeah.
Right. And so for years, like that's what I grew up on in the Catholic Church. And so it's just interesting now. Like I didn't even know when they say that that's the Bible, like I didn't even know that there was more than one. I thought that was it.
Well, there's supposed to be just one, but there's so many books that have been left out, so many pieces.
That's right.
So, yeah. But I think if we look at even like through all the crazy stuff that I learned as a kid and some of the other things, it's evident that it was all about control and like creating some kind of lens. But anyway, so to see that PSYOP carry out today on TikTok with people actually losing their minds thinking they were going to be just like up. And you know what was so funny is I love dark humor. You know, I love dark humor.
Yeah.
So there were so many people that were like, I'm just going to go outside and drop clothes in the driveway. So when Christians come out the next day, they're going to be confused and think they come left.
Stop it.
I'm like,
I thought you were going to say that way when the people that gave up everything would have clothes to wear or something.
No, they weren't being that nice about it. But it was very entertaining. And as someone who is a staunch Christian and somebody who is a believer in God and a lover of Jesus Christ and all that, his sacrifice did for us, I am still one that I am not 100% biblically literate. I will tell you that with 100% transparency, because I only know what I know and what I've experienced in my own life. So at the end of the day, my whole premise for God is that we're going to love people. We're going to serve them. We're going to give them the best of who we can be and show up in the world the best way. And if that ain't enough to get me into heaven, I don't know what to say. That's all I got. Okay. So now that we've lived through the non-rapture, let's talk about aliens.
I'm glad that you're still here, by the way.
Thank you. Me too.
And just to be clear, your mom and dad are still here too. They haven't not been raptured.
No. They're still here.
You were never left alone.
I was never left alone. Not really.
They're here with us. Yes. So I was also hearing something crazy on the radio at that time where there was like these blinking lights or something in the night sky, and people were convinced that the aliens were here. And funny thing was, what did they say? Like, don't be afraid. The government is talking to the aliens and we've got this under control.
9 most terrifying words in the English language are, I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
I don't remember who
Somebody said that.
But yeah, that just cracked me up when it's like, but don't worry, like SpaceX is here. We've got this.
But okay. There are so many things that just don't fit for me on this. Okay, first of all, we faked the moon landing. We already know that. Everybody knows that. Even Buzz Aldrin himself has been on camera multiple times saying it never happened. Now, been recorded saying it. Mm-hmm. I know you're looking at me like I'm crazy. He is. He's on camera. You can look it up. You can Google it right now.
We're going to delve into the Jenny's Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs version.
Hey, look, I've never hidden that I'm crazy, okay? I just am what I am, and either you like it or you don't. So I love you. But tell me how we can't make it to the moon. We can't decide on how to help people not starve to death when there's plenty of food and plenty of money to go around. Mm-hmm. We can't figure out how to manage crime. We can't figure out how to manage all these things. But somehow we learn to speak the aliens' language.
Right.
With no courses.
No training.
No training.
We figured out how to make everyone safe from the aliens.
It was so safe.
Don't worry. They can't beam you up. The government is here. Da, 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 da.
Prepare to beam us up.
Well, and I don't even know that I believe in aliens, so that's a whole different thing. But I'm just like, come on. And then there's Project Bluebeam, which is a whole different thing. So I'm like, who knows whether they're playing it with us or whether it's a real thing. But I'm just like, come on. Like 2025 has got, like, can we be done with all this stuff? Like, just be done.
So when you think of aliens, like, what is the version of the alien that's in your head? Like, I vacillate between, was it Kudzu? What was his name?
Kudzu.
No, that's not it. Kazoo. Kazoo from the Flintstones. Do you remember the little green guy?
Hello, dum-dum.
Or E.T.
E.T. home phone.
Like in my brain, those are the two. Like when I think of alien, obviously that's probably not realistic on any, spectrum. But that's what comes into my mind. Either the Flintstones alien or the E.T. alien. What comes to your head when you think of alien?
Well, so again, this all goes back to, I'm telling you, we're going to be deep in conspiracy theories if we're not careful today. But you got to think that the way that we all learned about aliens coming through the 80s, 90s, 2000s was through the television.
Yeah.
Right? Television, through their programming, their TV programming. Okay. So I don't know. I think about them like Roswell, New Mexico and what you're going to see in the cafe and like Men in Black. I don't know what I'm supposed to think about aliens. I've never met one. I don't think. I don't know.
No, I'm just in like vision in your head. If someone's like, Jenny, describe an alien. Like, what's the first thing that pops into your brain?
Oh, yeah. It's the little green guy with the funky, like the big ass and the little head who has legs that are way too long for him. He's just bebopping around. That's all I got. I got nothing.
I wonder who like was the first one that's like, yeah, I'll take a stab at drawing an alien. This is what I think he's going to look like. And then all other aliens from there.
Well, so I had this guy in my office yesterday who was so fun, by the way. He's a new client. He and his wife are buying a house, and he's he's a real historian.
Okay.
And we were talking about that yesterday. We were talking about spirituality and aliens. Yeah.
Gosh.
And just kind of joking about it at first. And he was like, but what's so interesting? He's like, if you go back as far as like hieroglyphs and some of the other early drawings, there are quote unquote aliens in that. And so you have to wonder if it's actual aliens, like planetary, other galaxy type aliens like we've been shown in movies. Because, they show it to us. Like we've seen what's out there.
Who's
without
they?
really
What
saying.
are you talking about?
I'm just saying, like the world in general, like the that's why it's called television. That's why it's called programming. Is they tell
not
you
television. It's
it is
television. It's an E, not an A.
No, but I'm saying it is, but it stands for television, right? That's what it was created for. That was why it was named television. So they say they've already shown us. So maybe they do really look like what's in the movies. But it could also be, if you're looking at it from a spiritual perspective, maybe it's like biblical angels or something. Maybe that's what they interpreted as aliens way back then. Who knows? I don't know. I'm just trying to keep my girl alive and pay bills. I don't know.
I was going to say, do you think that God created aliens? Like at the end of the day, like he talks about everything that he created in the Bible, right? On the first day, whatever. There's nothing in there that says he created aliens.
No, maybe not explicitly, but that's what I'm saying. So what if those beings were like celestial beings and they didn't have any other way to describe them?
Oh.
And anything that's not of Earth would be considered an alien species. So that was the conversation that he and I had yesterday, which I thought was so interesting. And historically, he had a lot of really good points. And I was like, oh, okay. That would explain the ability to do things that we can't do from an earthly perspective, right? Having the ability to have technology in a time where technology wasn't there, quote unquote.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it being a celestial being and us calling it aliens, maybe it's just what we named it. I don't know. I'm not that smart.
You are that smart.
Not in that sense. That's way above my pay grade.
You know what, though? I like the idea of thinking that there are angels out here on Earth protecting us and watching over us. So I think that's a beautiful interpretation.
I mean, that's all I got, honestly, because I think at the end of the day, I have two options.
Yes.
Either I do like the people on TikTok and spend time worrying about things that I have no control over, or I just go, if you beam me up, can you at least like buy me dinner before you or you give me the old probelobe? Like, can we have a little wine or something before you just like dive in? Like, that's my only option.
Can I have an Ambien? Can you knock me out?
Right? I mean, that's the only thing I got. Like, I can either worry about it or I don't. And in reality, I don't have time to worry about it. I'm trying to build an empire.
Right?
Me and my crazy are trying to build an empire.
All aboard the crazy train. I, for one, like being on the ride with you.
Thank you.
I mean,
appreciate it.
The crazy just makes it fun.
Thank you. Same. You have your own share of crazy, my dear.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I do. But yeah, so there was so much that happened in the last few weeks.
One example, like just for funsies, because we talked about your cray cray. Give me an example. I want to know, like, what's the craziest thing about me?
I don't think yours is crazy in the sense, like mine's crazy because I'm out there and I say this, like the quiet parts out loud, the stuff that
I'm a closet crazy.
You're a closet crazy. Yeah. Like
okay,
you don't.
What is it? Put it out there. Let's open the closet.
No, I think yours is more of like I'll cut you in the street.
I will cut you.
Kind of crazy.
You think?
Yeah.
You think I have that in me?
Yeah. Like in a good way.
You do.
I do.
Got it.
I think you'll be like, what did you say? Did I hear you correctly? Shank you, I will. Thank you. Shank you for asking. Sound bold more.
I'm actually romantic. Full circle moment right there. All right, ladies.
Yeah. Is that it? Is that it for today's episode? Are we done?
I don't know. Is there anything else you wanted to break down?
I don't even know if they could survive this episode. I'm really sorry, ladies. We're not trying to take you down the crazy hole, but the last couple of weeks was just insane. There was so much stuff, so many things that people were talking about. And I was like, we can't just like leave this alone.
We had to peel back the onion.
I think so.
Absolutely.
Is there anything else?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I'm getting ready to travel this weekend. I'm taking Sophie and one of her little best friends. We're going to Tennessee to go to an amusement park this weekend and have some fun.
We can talk about, you're going to Dollywood. And
Yeah.
I've seen on the interwebs that Miss Dolly's not doing well.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
Aw.
Her sister made a post the other day, was it yesterday, that went kind of wild saying that her health isn't good. And that made me really sad. I wonder if she just has a broken heart from her husband.
Maybe, but she's also like, what? She's almost 80.
That's what I'm...
And been going for a long time at all speeds in every direction. So that's a lot.
Miss Dolly, we're praying for you. Hope that you're okay.
Oh my God, yeah.
Not that you're listening to Do It Ugly, but...
Please, Lord, Miss Dolly, don't listen.
We're putting it out there in the universe now.
Please don't listen. I need you to not know me as this crazy person. I need you to look at my picture online.
Be like, what a beautiful lady.
And be like, she looks normal and nice and successful.
Everybody thinks that I am sicker than I am. Do I look sick to you? I'm working hard here. Anyway, I wanted to put everybody's mind at ease, those of you that seem to be real concerned, which I appreciate. And I appreciate your prayers because I'm a person of faith. But I wanted you to know that I'm not dying. But I figured if you heard it from me, you'd know that I was okay. And I'm not ready to die yet. I don't think God is through with me, and I ain't done working. So I love you, and keep praying for me.
Well, it just doesn't even seem that long ago when we did an episode on Miss Dolly when she was a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader.
And looked so good
And
at
she was
70,
hot.
whatever. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. But you know what I think is so cool about her? Like, it must be really neat to have the ability to be this larger than life person.
Mm-hmm.
But she did such a beautiful job of creating the character of Dolly Parton that she still also had the ability to go out in the world as her normal self because people don't know what she really looks like.
Oh, yeah, without the wigs and the makeup.
Yeah. Like, I mean, there are people in her town who know her and know that's her. But otherwise, she can just go about and have a normal life. And you know who else is doing that I think is so fun right now? Have you heard of AJ Kappa?
No.
Okay, so AJ Kappa is an actor. He's from the series Riverdale. And he just did a rom-com-ish movie called The Map That Leads to You.
Okay.
He's a really good actor. Like, I enjoy him. He's from New Zealand, I think.
Okay.
But he's created this character who's a musician, and his name is I'm the Real Mr. Fantasy.
Okay.
And I don't know how to explain it to you. You're just going to have to go look it up, ladies. It's I'm the Real Mr. Fantasy. But he's hysterical. He's got this wig that's like shoulder length. He's got these god-awful like veneer denture teeth things that he puts in. They're kind of yellow and they poke out a little bit.
Oh, geez.
And he has a British accent and he always wears some god-awful pants and shirt combo. But he's created this whole alter ego for himself and he goes out into the public and he's talking to them about his music and like it's wild and it's entertaining. And I'm like, how much fun would it be if we created alter ego characters and just went out to the world occasionally as those characters?
I think that would be hilarious and
let it hang out.
So much fun.
Maybe we should try that.
I think we should.
Because there's got to be some insane amount of freedom in that, which I think is what Miss Dolly has experienced in the times when she gets to be her true self and isn't performing. Like, I don't know who our characters would be, but it sounds like a darn good time.
Do we go out as our old lady alter egos? Or do we create total new ones?
No, something totally new, something completely opposite.
Okay.
My old lady alter ego is too like congruent with who I actually am.
Knock on wood.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, how did we not break this down?
Are we going back to the T Swiftie now? Is that
I
what's
never
happening?
left her.
Oh, okay.
How
I made you suffer through the others.
How did we not talk about wood?
I don't know the song.
You don't know the song?
I mean, I've heard it, but I don't know it.
The redwood tree? That's not hard to see.
He would have an enormous Schwanzstücke.
You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
I've heard it, but I haven't like broken down the lyrics. But it's about climbing Travis Kelce. Is that what it's about?
Yeah, it's totally. Well, she says it's about superstitions like knocking on wood and, you know, black cats and walking under ladders and all those kind of things. But no, it's totally about Travis Kelce and their romance. But the funniest thing, I love Jason Kelce and his like dry, sarcastic sense of humor.
Oh my God, he's so funny.
I've been waiting to see his response to this particular song, and they finally
he did, yeah, in the
on his
New
podcast,
Heights, yeah.
on his New Heights podcast.
He's like, is that why you said, would you like to talk about it? Yeah. I did see that.
And he cracked me up because he was just like, redwood tree, I don't know, maybe more like a Japanese maple. Like, I think my bush is ornamental.
That's what Jason said. Yes. He's so crazy. They're hysterical. I do love that podcast. But no, I didn't. I'm sorry. I left you hanging.
You're
I didn't cover
so
that.
letting me down. You did not show
I
up
am
today
letting you down. I was not
prepared for the conversation. And I just want to say,
I did
how
not do
many
my
times
homework.
did I indulge you with the whole summer I turned pretty convo?
Oh. First of all, last time you didn't even watch the episode when you were supposed to, so you were late. So no, okay, even Stevens, let's be so for real. No, you're not doing that.
Oh my God. Okay, next week I expect a redo and I expect you to up your game.
I will not be talking about Taylor Swift again next week.
I've already had last Thursday, my networking group, I did a Taylor Eve party and celebration. Tomorrow, we are also doing a storytelling activity on Life of a Showgirl specifically. And yeah, I'm still going to be into it next week. So
I'm still
be prepared that I'm in my
say.
orange era.
Oh, Jesus.
For a little while. So it's going to happen.
You know what's orange in my house right now is the Lorax, because Sophie has become obsessed with this character, the Lorax.
I love the Lorax. I speak for the trees.
Yeah, it's not because she's actually obsessed with the character. It's because there's this girl on TikTok.
Okay.
Crazy. Her name's Ashby, who's hysterical and who's taken the Lorax character and turned it into this like whole other thing. And so she's bought this outfit and she's going to wear this when we're in Dollywood and we go ride mountain coasters. They're doing like a haunted mountain coaster thing. So she's going to wear a costume and she's wearing the Lorax. So in terms of the color orange, that's what I've been seeing recently. Not T-Swifty. The Lorax with a stash on my kid.
Kind of reminds me of Travis Kelce's stash. I'm not going to lie.
Way to go back. Way to segue back.
Saying, you keep trying to change the subject and I'm like, no, nah, girl, nah. Already nah.
You know, oh my God.
We're going back.
Ladies, I am so sorry. I thought we had a great episode for you today. I don't know that we delivered, but we love you. We thank you for hanging out. Again, if there's something you want to hear us talk about or a subject matter that you would like for us to cover.
You want more Taylor Swift.
I don't think that's it.
I think that's it.
We can do a poll and find out. We can do it.
Ladies, I need a little backup here. Come on.
All right. I don't even know if any of our ladies are T-Swifties.
They have to be.
What if it's like the Rapture and you got left out alone?
I'll be so sad.
Well, on that crazy note, we love you all. Have a great rest of your week and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Hey Hype Squad, it's Mel. Have an idea for an upcoming show topic? Want to ask a question or comment on something crazy my mom or Aunt Jenny have said? Or do you just want to learn more about upcoming events? Visit us at hypegirl.us.